One day, George was waiting for Percy to take him away to a new workplace. All the while, he was being rude to Rhinius and Skarloey. Just then, Percy arrived. "Come on, George," he said, and he puffed away. Rhinius and Skarloey were glad to see him go. George grumbled all the way to the site. Soon, he arrived at the old branch line. His job was to help turn it into a road. "Bumpy ride on rotten rails," said George. "I'm glad it's over." Percy said nothing, and he puffed away. A few minutes later, Percy was waiting at a station. Just then, Thomas arrived. "Hello, Percy," he said. "Is something wrong?" "It's George," said Percy. "He's been complaining all morning." But George was enjoying himself now. "This is the life," he said. "Ripping up rails." George saw Thomas pass by. "Hey, Thomas, what do you think of this?" But Thomas didn't hear. Soon, George started working on the old crossing. "What do you think we should do here?" said the workman. George quickly made up a lie. "The manager says tear it up." And so that's what they did. However, they didn't do it properly. But what nobody realized was that Thomas was traveling along the line. He ran right over the ballast and derailed. George wasn't finished causing problems just then. The next day, he arrived at Edward's station. Just then, Duck arrived with the goods train. "Can you please move, George?" he said. "No," said George. "But I can't stay here for long," said Duck. "At any minute, Gordon is about to pass by with the express." George just stayed put. Meanwhile, Gordon was traveling down the main line. He didn't see Duck or his trucks until it was too late. Soon, the Fat Controller came to inspect the damage. "Whoever did this will face severe consequences," he said. And so that's exactly what happened. When the Fat Controller found out that George had been behind this, he was put to work as a generator for the Sodor lumber mill. Just then, Thomas arrived to pick up a train. Well, looks like you learned your lesson, George." George said nothing.